And guess what? Just like that, ladies, we are live. And
Hey.
1 week, this time next week, we are going to all be in the same place at the same time in New Orleans for FETC. Yes,
That
raise
is
the tide.
totally rad. Let's woohoo!
I mean,
Yay.
really, it's really fantastic. So, oh, hey, Jeff Bradbury's joining us.
Hey,
Jeff,
Jeff
are you going to be
Bradbury.
at FETC? We'll wait to see. But this is like so exciting because guess what, Jeff? We are getting ready. And for anybody that's joining us, we are getting ready to host an incredible Digital Citizenship Academy, which we're just using the hashtag Digcit Academy at FETC. It's during the pre-conference from 1:30 to 4:30. And it will be in room 210. And what we've done is we've got an incredible team and what we've designed is a kind of a choose your own adventure where we have 3 different pathways for you to experience what digital citizenship looks like in action. And so my colleague Eugenia is joining me from Mexico.
Hello, hola a todos.
And you are going to be there live as well. So what we have, our programs and our partnerships, they're available both in English and Spanish. So I'm really happy that we get to model that at FETC. And one of our special pathways with Melody is having this opportunity for these like learning labs, these EdTech learning labs. And oh, great, listen, Ella is able to
Yay,
join us.
hey, Ella.
I'm so happy. This is a 2-for-1 for Ella today. I'm so happy Ella's able to join us. So that pathway is really going to have this opportunity with Melody to kind of do roll up your sleeves, little deep dive to explore what this looks like with one of our very favorite partners, Spaces EDU. So Melody, thank you for this incredible partnership, this continued partnership, but for joining us today and joining us next week.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet Eugenia in real life for the first time. I can't wait to hug you again. Mary Allison, it's been a year. Like we met in person the last FETC. That's when we met in person for the first time. And yeah, I can't wait to share Spaces EDU with everybody. It is an amazing platform that grows community, that allows you to naturally work on digital citizenship and using tech for good with your class and your school community. And I can't wait to share that with everybody who comes. So yes, come to my little, is it my table, my booth, whatever?
Yes. The way that the room is set up is we're going to have these round tables. So it will be very interactive and you will be able to move and groove and make your own choice as you are going along. We have this interactive oh, I love this. Dr. Harvey's in the house as well.
Hey, oh my gosh, one of my favorite people. Hey, Michael. Oh my gosh. Hey, Doc, it's good to see you.
It's wonderful. Well, this interactive notebook will be this opportunity to help you make connections, take some notes, start to have a plan, because I don't know about you, but every time I go to a conference, I mean, I know I've got enthusiasm about a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm very enthusiastic. I got a lot of hope. But then sometimes I leave the conference and I left not that I left the enthusiasm, but I didn't have time to plan. So the special part about our workshop from 1:30 to 4:30 is we have been intentional with that interactive notebook that everyone will receive to actually have a plan in place. So not only are you excited, but now I got a plan in place. I've got a roadmap and I can follow that roadmap and I know the right people that I need to invite to join me as part of my team when I get back, and I'll have the right resources, I'll have the right people, I'll have the right connections. So that makes me the most excited. So Melody, knowing that when they are rotating to the Spaces EDU station, what are they going to learn?
Thank you for asking. And you can actually, and I just want to put this out there, Spaces EDU is free for teachers. You can go to spacesedu.com and sign up for your free account and already explore it before you even come. Oh, my husband just got me coffee. Thank you. But I am actually going to focus on feedback. So when you come to my table, you can join our classroom and it just like, what I love about the feedback process of Spaces EDU platform is that you can offer feedback with text, you can offer it with video, with voice. It's just such an inclusive platform that everybody can, on grade level, when you think about the classroom, but obviously we're going to be adults doing this. So we can try out all those different ways to offer feedback and have conversation and form that community that makes us all stronger and feel more brave and safe to share what's really going on in our minds and our hearts, which just helps everybody be more creative. And it really is something that you can take back to the classroom immediately and implement. And if you just take that feedback part, you're already, you are going to be sprinting ahead for, you're going to close the second half of your school year in just such a memorable way for your students. So it is definitely something that you can take back to the classroom with. And also, I think we're going to do it as a group. And so if you get into our FETC Spaces EDU class, you're going to have the resources that we share inside of that classroom. So,
okay, you know what? I want to ask, what happens for I'm thinking about Ella in particular, because we've been working with Ella and Flip Learn Kids in Nigeria and Spaces around, digital wellness, digital citizenship. But Ella won't be at FETC. I don't know. Is there a way that we can also, because I mean, about a community, we want the people that raise their hand and say, I want to be part of this change. I want to change the narrative. I don't know, Dr. Harvey, the doc might want to join us too. So I feel like even when I talked to Dean, I went live with Dean this morning. Dean was I don't know.
Love Dean so much.
I know. He said, are we breaking any rules if we live stream during the event to bring the outside in? I said, I don't know about that. But, this is where you continue to add those layers and you build that community. Because in what I had mentioned, what I had specifically mentioned with Dean, and I want to, say again, is that I'm always looking for those opportunities to connect dots. And so we've been on this incredible partnership. I love what Spaces EDU. It's carving out a safe space to practice so that digital citizenship can be in action. But even though you might not be with us physically at our Digital Academy, in April, we are hosting with Spaces EDU. Oh, I love this. I got to put this up here. Dr. Harvey. I am with Dr. Harvey right here. Always ask permission. Amen to that.
Yes.
but
everyone should follow us on Instagram on our account at Digital Institute, because that's where we are going to stream live our sessions. So go to Instagram and follow us at Digital Institute. Really important.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Huenia, you might want to put that into that comment section too, so they'll know what that handle is. But okay, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, no, I did not lose my train of thought. I got off the road. I'm back on. So in April, we're putting on a live student showcase, global student showcase. And how fantastic would it be that, some more ideas, some more seeds that are planted at FETC, whether that's going to be Dean's going to be talking about his Global Act Aloud, which has happened on Spaces EDU before. So maybe it's going to be that. For Doc Harvey, I hope that, we could get some of your students involved. I know we've got Flip Learn Kids. If Jeff is still around, he's right here in Connecticut. Nothing would make me happier than continuing to highlight. I'm in Connecticut as well. The whole Global Student Showcase on April 1st is a celebration of school communities who model how to use technology for good. Our sessions won't just be in English. We are encouraging sessions in all different languages. We are busy in the background working on creating these pathways. One pathway in particular, I know that I can confirm, Dr. Matthew X. Joseph is going to lead the way for an administrative pathway. Another organization we've worked with, Deaf Kids Code, they are going to have a pathway. So we're going to continue to, develop that day. But that's in partnership with Spaces EDU. And it's just a continuation. So
can I say something that came to my mind?
Yes.
So the wonderful thing about what we're doing, the student showcase, and even one of my own children, we hope to be a part of it. She codes and she makes games that have stories with them. And she's so excited to come with me to New York and be a part of this. And the thing is that Spaces EDU is a platform where your students can upload all that they're working on, and you can give them that feedback to help them make their projects even, just more amazing. And the relationship that you're building with your students in the process is something so important. And then at the end, they've got this digital portfolio of their work. So it's such a win for everybody. And I am so excited to join you in Lemoyne, New York, and to showcase all the student work that is going on. My own kids are excited. And this year has just been amazing. And to think it's like a year, I met you at FETC last year in person for the first time. Of course, I knew both of you virtually. And then this FETC, I get to meet Eugenia for the first time in person. Like, what an incredible story of community that's like trickling down. Like we honor community with each other in our PLN, and we also know how to bring it to the classroom. So to help our students have that as well. And just to be able to showcase all that they're doing, in the spring, like I am so thrilled to be a part of this and so honored. And I'm just excited. Thank you for letting me and Spaces EDU be a part of this. This is the best part of education.
Well, it is. It's always that, we lead with relationships first. And we're lucky enough that we get to model that and we get to live that. And it's, not something that's just lip service. So right. I know that we're on today talking about FETC, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, that extra ripple or that extra connect the dot about what's happening in April, because it's all connected. So, and we're really proud that we get to do this alongside you and Spaces EDU, our partners, because that's what really makes your community extra special. And when you have a toolkit, from our perspective, you have a toolkit and you have those tools, those platforms, those partners, those relationships. It just makes your program so much more authentic. So Melody, it's really wonderful to be doing this alongside you. So I know that you also have shared some tips. I'm going to put that up right now. So
yes,
FET experience the best. Anything you want to highlight?
Yes, Rochelle Dene Poth, Tisha Poncio, and George Valenzuela, we all got together on an episode of Thrive in EDU, and we just talked about different things that, really helps make your conference experience the best. And, Tisha is a Wakelet wave. She's all about the Wakelet wave. And one of those things is to put to create one and share it. Like you were talking about earlier, how whether you're actually physically with us or you just want to learn from us, we can share that. So that's a great tip. Rochelle talks about how, before you go, look at the schedule and write down every single class that you don't overfill it, but the ones that you have to make, but definitely leave space in between so that, because you're going to meet people for the first time. And that's actually even more important than going to every single class. So but have those that non-negotiables that you want to see, that you want to learn from. And then of course, my tip is, don't be afraid to go to the expo hall. That is my favorite part. That's where I'm going to be. Jed Dearyberry is going to be at our booth at
okay,
FETC.
That is massive. That is the most genius idea ever. I'm so excited Jed is joining you.
I love Jed. He is incredible. He is such a force, so amazing and so playful. So definitely come to the expo hall floor. And, as with our Spaces EDU team who is going to be there, you're going to see, EdTech companies, usually at FETC and ISTE, they bring the people, our CEO is going to be there. I'm so excited. And you get to actually talk with the people that are in charge of the product, not just, salespeople and everything, but it's really cool because I know that we honor, educator feedback more than anything. We respect it and we really think about it and how it can help make our platform even better and more user-friendly. So we're always looking for that. And we're going to offer ideas at our booth, just that you can literally take back into the classroom right when you go back, just implement right away. And that's the best thing about the expo hall. And I saw that FETC actually offers, you can just get an expo hall pass. So if that's the only thing that you experience at FETC, you're still in for a major education sessions. You can learn so much about different platforms and also meeting people. And that's my absolute favorite part of just any conference experience. But at FETC, it's really big. People are going to be there from international places. George Valenzuela shared in this blog post, like, don't stay in your hotel room at night. If you've never been to New Orleans, make sure you get out there and explore it. So there's going to be different events going on. And so that's just some things I want to share. And I'm so excited just to be connected with y'all. And if you're watching, I hope I get to meet you in person. But I do want to say one thing is that I don't always remember faces. If I've never met you in person, I'm not always great at matching your name and your face for the first time. So don't be offended. I'm terrible at it. And then once you tell me your name, I'll be like, oh my God, yes, and then I'll feel terrible that I didn't, but anyway, I can't wait to meet everybody.
I love it. Well, those were some fabulous tips. And I have to say, one of the tips about meeting people and those conversations that don't necessarily ever happen in a session, when I was talking to Dean earlier this morning, the seeds of this reality, our Digital Citizenship Academy that we're putting on, that happened. It happened probably at FETC last year, like just the idea of it. And then by ISTE, when we were at ISTE, all those conversations, Dean and I were talking, bouncing it back and forth. And now it's a reality. And I couldn't be happier because the team of people that we have. So those pathways, your pathway is going to be like that learning lab. We have another pathway, which is adding voices and perspective, because we're always about the layers, adding layers into this. And so you need to realize the different voices and perspectives you need to bring this back to your school community. And then some passion projects. Eugenia, you're doing an awesome passion project.
Yeah, I'm doing an awesome passion project. It has to be with emotions, feelings, and it's one of our partners also. It's saying here, this association that brings this conversation, that normalizes this mental health conversation to everyone, right? Because we all have feelings, we all have emotions, we all feel different during different times of the day. So to bring that perspective into the classroom, like, okay, I'm in front of, 10, 20, 30, 40 kids. How are they feeling today? Are they open to learn? Are they open to bring this back and forth of what we're going to see on the curriculum? But it's not only the curriculum, it's how you are going to embed this curriculum into the feelings, in how the student is right now, this particular day. So what, as a teacher, can you do to bring this conversation into the classroom? How to make it happen? How to open the kid in front of you, his heart, his trust, so he can be like truly connecting with you and his classmates, right? To let him know that he's not alone, that his feelings are perfectly normal, and that they go up and down, but it's not something that is wrong with him. It depends mostly, or in many times, about his surroundings and what is going on around his world, or in his house, in how did he woke up, if he had a good night's sleep, if he doesn't, something's wrong with his parents, I don't know, many things that are in a kid's mind. So to bring him that conversation, to let him know that feelings are normal, that emotions go back and forth, and that it's an everyday conversation. That's what we are going to bring. Also, it's another piece of this amazing puzzle that I call Digital Citizenship Academy. Like, it's bringing something that it should be brought since the beginning of the school, right? It's a conversation that has to be taken care of. And that's what we are going to bring to Digital Citizenship Academy.
And you know what I'm really excited about, and I'd love for you to add, you have also, in this partnership with Same Here, you have translated their app into Spanish. So this is a program that is also available in English and Spanish. And here will be an opportunity to experience changing that narrative around mental health. Instead of 1 in 5, this organization, Same Here, is saying, no, you have struggles, you have challenges. Hey, same here. I do too. And normalizing that conversation. And so, to us, that's a perfect digital wellness partner for us. And I am so happy that will be another opportunity to experience during our during our workshop this time next week, ladies. So
Right.
Awesome.
yes. So I have to say, every time I've been able to go live with someone talking about our Digicit Academy, I always end it with, can you share a favorite FETC memory? So Melody, let's hear.
Yes, and well, really quick, Hania, I love that you said that, and I think it is so important to remember that regardless of the curriculum and the content that we're teaching, it really is all about how the student is feeling and what they're bringing with them, and we can't reach them if they're off, if they feel like they're alone and there's nobody out there. And I just want to say, and I'm not trying to sell Spaces EDU, like but you can actually have those conversations privately with students, and that's another reason why I love our platform so much. And that is something maybe that we don't speak to enough. So I'm really glad that you brought that up. My favorite, absolute favorite memory of FETC last year is like an Ellen DeGeneres moment. So we were all, and you were there, Mary Alice. We were actually talking. You and I were going back and forth. I think it was like the first time that we met in person, and we were at the author's place where they were signing books and everything.
Yes.
And so all of these people came, even Jen Womble was there, and we took this ridiculous selfie. Like I look like my mouth is hanging open and I'm like, because everybody's behind me and I'm taking this selfie. And I look ridiculous, and I don't mind because I look ridiculous a lot, but I loved that moment. It was just like everybody kept coming into the shot, and it was such a special moment. And Jen has even posted it, I think, on our LinkedIn or whatever. But yeah, it just goes to show that we might have just met virtually and we've worked with each other virtually, but when we get into the same space, how many times it's just like picking up, like it doesn't even feel like you're meeting people for the first time. You just are connecting with friends that you've always known and had in your life. And that's my favorite part of my experience with FETC last year. And I know this year it's going to be this workshop that we do together, and especially meeting you for the first time in person, Hania. I can't wait.
I can't wait to.
Yeah, so this will be your very first time, Hugenia. So you are looking forward to making memories.
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna take selfies everywhere I go. I want to meet new people. I'm absolutely excited about Digicit Academy. I'm absolutely excited on my session. It's gonna be like the very first time that I have a session in the US. So I'm totally thrilled, and it's like something that I really wish for. It's a dream come true for me, like being there with all you amazing people and bringing what is my passion. So I'm excited.
Do you want to share your solo session? Because it's not just the Digicit Academy.
Yeah, it's not the Digicit Academy only. I'm going to share also a session that is called Pure Water for the World. And it's only an example of what we are doing at Digital Citizenship Institute. We're bringing these global student connection exchanges sessions, like connecting one classroom from one place to another. And we had last summer connection between New York and Mexico. And they were learning, they were adding layers because this amazing teacher from New York, from Queensbury, was trying to get her students to know people from other parts of the world. So I had this classroom in Mexico that were struggling with water issues, and New York wanted to do something about water and bringing water to communities in Honduras. So they both exchanged their experiences, what they were doing. So it was a complete learning experience because they had like the curriculum. They were learning languages because students from New York were talking in Spanish, and students from Mexico were talking in English. So we also bring the Digicit element, which is use tech for good. So they were using technology to share what they were going to do for the world, and also working on a global goal, which is take care of water. And so the complete elements were there, and the learning experience was completely awesome. It was fabulous because at the last session, both of classrooms shared what they were doing. So students from New York shared that they just gather some money and buy some filters for people in Honduras. And students in Monterey, they also shared that they built even these robots just to clean up water ponds and everything. They will also do some play to share what they were doing to the whole school community. So even the parents and educators from other classrooms joined us, which was totally awesome because all these ripples from New York and Monterey were like spreading everywhere. So it was totally awesome. So my session is going to be about sharing this experience and how you can bring it to your own classroom.
I love all of that. And Melody, I know you're going to echo this because I've heard it a lot. You will hear, well, I don't have time. Like, that's not my job about teaching digital
Right.
citizenship, right? Like, I
Yes.
don't have time. That's somebody else's. And so our workshop is this opportunity to realize it's not just one more thing. It's not just a check in the box. I love that example. Yes, it's everybody. It's an entire school community coming together. But
when we do, and it's what we do. It's incorporated with what we do. It's, you know, it's not separate. So it's not one more thing because it's all inclusive.
Yes, and that's what they'll be able to, they'll be able to experience. And I love the example that Eugenia just shared because that's in a language classroom. I mean, I think to myself, I took language, but I didn't ever have a teacher teach me in such an authentic way while I was learning a language. I mean, I could have a chance of being fluent if I had a teacher who like really engaged me in such a meaningful and deliberate and authentic way. So I love that example because that's just a reminder to me that if that can happen, you know, in a language classroom, my gosh, it could happen anywhere. So
yeah.
And you know, those students, Eugenia, that's just amazing. Those students, number one, they're never going to forget this experience. It's always going to be a part of their core memories, and it's going to be something that they can take out into the world as they grow and continue on with their education or whatever they choose to do in career. Like, it's always going to be a part of just their own toolkit that they can offer. And that is something that is probably the most important type of learning that we could offer our students. So I just want to brag on you two. Like, I love partnering with the Digital Institute because you guys are for real. We talk about, you know, the real talk that could happen in education. We're always about that. But you all too are always looking for ways to be as inclusive as possible. And you're doing it in a way that is genuine and sincere, and you're always growing. And when you do, you share that with us, with all your partners and anybody who comes along. And I'm so excited and honored to be a part of the Digital Institute and to be connected to both of you because you two are phenomenal women that I constantly am learning from. And that means so much to me. I wanted to say that before we left.
Oh, well, I'm like,
wow.
I know, but the feeling is mutual. Yes. And it's, you know, when they talk about you need to get the right people on the bus, you know, that's not just, that's in life that you surround yourself with the right people and then you can do amazing things. Like you're just unstoppable. I can hear that like song, Unstoppable. I watched football all day yesterday and I felt like it was the theme song yesterday for the Buffalo Bills. But honestly, that's really what it comes down to. Back to those human connections. And if I was to make anything, I mean, digital citizenship to us is about those human connections online, humanizing the person sitting next to you around the world and across the screen. And it is honestly an honor to be doing this alongside both of you ladies. So I can't wait to see you both in New Orleans this time next week. I thank everybody who joined us. And as always, I look forward to continuing this partnership with Spaces EDU because you just add such value to the work that we do. And we'll see you in a week, ladies. And thank you to everybody else. And I miss you already.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.